They are wrecking just like that. Oh, a humongous impact. Just like that, we have ourselves some drama on hand.
Things are heating up.
Got forward for the lead.
I think Roger got it. I think Roger got the win.
Is in the air. He is Dogecoin to the moon.
And that's the kind of racing you get in Thunderclap.
It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. The Lightning Before the Thunder pre-race show powered by Kubius Tackle. It is the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational. We are live from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway with 8 minutes remaining in our practice session, carrying momentum from last week's big win for Greg Vielle. You see him on the racetrack right now. It is number 26, Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet, making laps on top of the board right now at a 31:23 was his last lap time by. Overall best time of a 30.7 over Matt Garrett, Cole Gadgedoris, Ryan Zunk, and your point leader, Roger Diebold, in the 5th spot right now in practice. We are going to take a look real quick at the playoff point standings as you see them standing right now. Roger Diebold only 4 points ahead of Ryan Truex, with Tyler Truex, Ryan Zunk, Chase Lee, Tommy Allen Jr. above that cutoff line with 2 races remain here tonight in New Hampshire, and then on to the Bristol Dirt next week with the Cup cars. Anthony Burleson and Robert Walden catch himself below the cut line right now, but very close bubble. As you see, those drivers are very, very tight for that cutoff spot. It is going to be very entertaining to see who can put themselves above that line and stay there going into next week's cutoff on the wild card race, the Bristol Dirt. But tonight, 100 laps around this historic New Hampshire Motor Speedway, 1 mile flat oval racetrack is sure to bring on some beating and banging. As you see Roger Diebold running that higher line around this racetrack. You see that preferred on the top 3 touring series of NASCAR, where they lay the PJ1 down. But here in iRacing, we do not have that PJ1 on the racetrack, so we'll be interesting to see what line is preferred as we get some green flag racing later on tonight. 25, 50, and 100 are your stages. These drivers have 3 sets of tires laying behind the wall and 50% fuel. So that 50% is the max allowed on pit road for tonight's race. We'll see if that plays any factor in strategy for the end of the race as we take a look at the Dunkaroos car here of Ryan Zunk, number 23. He's sitting on pit road right now, currently in the 4th position. Cole Gadgedoris, he's hanging out in his pit right now in the mellow yellow, number 89. And here's a guy right now that is looking to take the top spot away from Roger Diebold and gain some bonus points over his cousin Ryan, Tyler Truex. Got a return of Jordan Jurassic here tonight, and his number 13 Camaro. Another great talent behind the wheel, that number 13. Steven Lashinsky on pit road in number 99 Monster Jam Camaro. He'll actually take his car to the garage, but he has bumped himself to the 10th spot. Actually just taken away from Matt Cherry. Cherry now in the 10th spot. And we got Matt Garrett in the Midnight Moon. Chevrolet number 7 sitting in the 2nd spot with 4 minutes remaining in this practice session. This round being the round with the most short tracks in it. New Hampshire, considered to some a short track, to others is a little bit more of an intermediate. This is a mile racetrack, but it is a non-liner compound here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. No worries about getting any claws near your face for the win of this thing, being only a simulated win in real life. The winner is awarded a beautiful sized lobster there in Victory Lane. As you see, Roger Diebold and his Budweiser Ford Mustang sitting on pit road right now. We'll see if we can catch a quick word with Roger before we get qualifying started. Roger Diebold, do you have a copy? Well, we're looking at about 2.5 minutes or so remaining in this practice session. You're sitting P5 on the board right now. Coming into this race, 4 points ahead of Ryan Truex. Pretty good cushion for yourself to make it to the next round. How do you feel going into tonight's race, and does your mindset change knowing that you're the #1 seed for the next 2 races, or do you just go out there and give it all you got no matter what?
Cushion, and most likely, I mean, something big would have to happen for me to not make it into the next round. But I'm not a big fan of this racetrack. But I mean, I guess we're doing all right. I guess plan is just me personally. I want to keep trying to stay at that top of the leaderboard, so I'm going to do everything, try to point them to death. I may not get the win tonight, but our plan is just keep the car in one piece and just try to keep points in them to death.
Well, I hear that, my man, and you got 3 sets laying there behind the wall and only 50% fuel tonight. Is that going to change the way you drive this number 38 Budweiser Mustang, or is it going to be hammered down? I mean, I see you talk about points in them to death. I mean, assuming you're going to go for stage wins all night long, but with that knowledge, does that change that strategy any bit of maybe pitting at different times, or is this just one of those deals where these drivers are going to have to play it out as the race goes on?
Yeah, I think everybody's going to kind of play it out, and it'll be a follow the leader kind of thing for at least stage 1. You might see a little bit of different strategies and whatnot for stage 2. And then stage 3 is just going to be about saving the tires. That's a long way to go on a set. So you'll probably see a lot of different tire strategies. And, every time I see a lot of people taking fuel a lot, but you might see people mixing it up with 2 tires or no tires and just trying to make that third stage, put themselves in the best position they can for stage 3 to go for the win.
Absolutely. Well, I hear that, my man. We've got qualifying here in just about 30 seconds. Good luck to you on that. And just a quick update. Ryan Truex sitting in the 13th position right now, so things looking up for Roger Diebold, sitting in the 5th position with 20 seconds remaining in practice. Thank you, Roger.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
As we get things ready to go here, as you see cars making laps in the final 3 seconds. And that will wrap up practice for the Loudon 200 as we get set for qualifying. 2 laps, fastest lap will be your time marked down to decide the starting lineup for tonight's Loudon 200. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with some lap times, and we'll have some qualifying laps being shown for you, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. This is the Loudon 200 Thunderclap Playoff Race, Round 2, Race number 2. back at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for what is set to be an exciting race tonight, as it has been all of the playoffs so far. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some qualifying underway right now, as Ryan Truex currently showing at the top of the boards. You see Ryan Zunk, another driver looking to have a great outing, hang on to his playoff spot. Ryan Truex at the top with a 30.93. Ryan Zunk that time by with a 31.30. Not quite the lap he was looking for to get up there into that top three. P11 for Ryan Zunk. Bobby Grant on track now. The number 14, Hellraiser Ford. $31.95 for Bobby Grant that first lap. He'll better that lap with a 31.42, put him at the 12th position right now, right behind Ryan Zunk. Solid qualifying effort. You see Jordan Jurassic, he's making his way on the racetrack right now. Ryan Truex still top of the board right now over Matt Garrett and Cole Gadjadors. We'll see where Jordan Jurassic lands here as he comes to the line. 4 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. 15 drivers have completed laps so far. 31.22 for Jordan Jurassic. Puts him in the 10th spot, right behind Dustin Stallings. Knocks Matt Cherry out of the top 10. See if he can better that lap. Eighth position for Jordan Jurassic. Yet to qualify is the 26 of Greg Vielle, last week's winner. He was leading practice early on. We'll see if he's going to make a lap or not. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and send it down for opening ceremonies for tonight's Loudon 200.
Please welcome Great Highland Bagpipes as they perform our national anthem.
And with just 23 seconds remaining, you see it, ladies and gentlemen, your lineup. As Seth Gadjadors finishes up his qualifying effort. And that'll set the stage for tonight's Loudon 200. As you see, Ryan Truex on the pole, a familiar spot for that number 40 machine, with Matt Garrett alongside him. Cole Gadjadoris and Chase Leahy will be in row number 2 and round out your top 4. Row number 3, Roger Diebold and Anthony Burleson. Row number 4, Stephen Lashinsky and Jordan Jurassic. Row number 5, Tyler Truex and Dustin Stallings to round out your top 10. 11th, Matt Cherry alongside Seth Gadjadoris in the number 4. And in row number 7, Ryan Zunk and Bobby Grant. Row number 8, Joshua Corner in the number 9 machine. Steven Sharik in number 83 will start 16th. And rounding out your qualifiers, 17 and turning laps around this Magic Mile is David Hall in number 57 machine. As we get ready to fire the engines, let's send it down for the command.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Das Beer Hall, home of the famous $5 liter crush.
Hey everybody, I'm Roger Diebold, the owner of Lake Norman Edits.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Jordan Jurassic.
Hi, I'm Doug Newkirk, owner of D&M Tags.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Now's the time to crank up them engines.
Start your engines!
Start your engines.
Driver, start your engines. Come on.
Start your engines!
Start your engines!
Start your engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines are fired and the drivers are ready and prepared for 100 laps around this 1 mile flat speedway here in Loudon, New Hampshire. See everybody's paint scheme starting to load in here. Ryan Truex on the pole as we're getting ready to come to the green flag. Pace car will pull off round number 2, race number 2. The lightning is striking, the thunder will roll as Ryan Truex gets the jump. Going into turn 1. And we are racing in the Loudon 200. Matt Garrett under pressure right now from Cole Gadjadoris for the second spot. You see Cole Gadjadoris working that wheel. This is a very tight racetrack, very flat corners. A lot of drivers complaining about how loose off it is, and how if you get in the gas too soon, you can almost fight a tight-off condition and send that nose straight towards that outside wall. But Cole Gadjadoris looks pretty hooked up right now as you see him making moves and trying to get around. Whoa, as he hangs on to it. A little movement of the wheel there off the corner exit, completing lap 2. trying to make some moves on Matt Garrett. He'll look to the inside of Matt Garrett. Side by side for the second spot, it's Cole Gadjadores inside of Matt Garrett. Here comes Chase Leahy looking to join the party as well. He'll get inside the 7 machine. And Ryan Truex has checked out to almost a second lead so far. And it's a swarm of bees, all trying to take that second spot away from Cole Gadjadores. You see Roger Debo back there in the 5th spot. He's battling back there with Anthony Burleson and Tyler Truex as well. But your leader, Ryan Truex, in cruise control right now. But for how long is the question, as Cole Gadjadores has his sights set on that 40 machine. He's not letting him get it away. He's gained a 10th or 2 that lap. But with 3 sets laying, you have to wonder, is Cole Gadjadores burning up his equipment here? Ryan Truex has the experience on this track. This is a racetrack that has done very, very well for him. A winner here in the K&N East Series years ago. A racetrack that his family is very, very successful on and has turned many laps around. So Ryan Truex, someone that knows this racetrack probably better than anyone in the field right now, besides maybe cousin Tyler, who sits right now in that 6th position. You see him battling hard with Tony Burleson right there, putting pressure on the backside of Tyler Truex. But Roger Debo now getting pressure from Tyler, who is under hot pursuit for the top spot. We know Tyler will waste no time making his way through the field as we go almost 3 wide for the 5th spot. Tyler Truex doing everything he can, wheeling that 69 machine. Trying to make his way in on to Roger Debo and take the 5th spot away. We look back at the leaders right now. Ryan Truex with about an 0.8 of a second lead over Cole Gadjadores. That's stayed pretty steady since he took the lead on the start and since Cole got into the 2nd spot. But the racing for 5th on back heating up more and more. You see last week's winner, Greg Vielle, working his way up, started at the tail end of the field, currently in the 16th position. Very fast in qualifying. We'll have to see if he can show that here in race trim. Looks like, unfortunately, we don't have an appearance of Robert Walden tonight. That's going to play a big factor in the playoff standings as he is below that cutoff line. Only a few points below, so this is going to be a pretty heavy hit for him. But a good points day opportunity anyway for Anthony Burleson, who's watching that battle between Roger and Tyler right in front of him. Anthony Burleson, a driver that is below the cutoff line right now, needing to have the best day possible before going in to the wild card of the Bristol Dirt next week. Like Dustin Stallings putting some heavy pressure there. Oh, and here comes the outside. It's Matt Cherry, ladies and gentlemen. And now the number 54 machine, formerly the 48, but looking stellar out there in his 54 Supra. Putting heavy pressure on Anthony Burleson, but Ryan Zunk, another bubble driver, and the Dunkaroos car making his way up there. Beautiful paint scheme on his 23. And a heavy battle, Matt Cherry. And he looks to the inside of Anthony Burleson. Will he make the move? He does. He dives it in there. I think Anthony Burleson let off a little bit there and gave that spot away. He says it's only lap 16 of 100. He got a long way to go. We talked about it earlier. Anthony Burleson needs the best day possible. Being below that cutoff line and the absence of Robert Walton tonight could be a great opportunity for a good, solid points night going into Bristol next week. But unfortunately, you give up one, you're bound to give up some more, as he'll drop a third position and now even be under pressure by Seth Gadjadoris in that Viagra number 4. Jordan Jurassic is racing hard side by side. This is for the 10th spot. So Mark Anthony Burleson into the 11th position right now from 7th after sliding up there with that battle with Matt Cherry. Tyler Truex has made his way into the top 5. Lap 25 will end this stage as we are getting the laps winding down, getting closer to the conclusion of stage number 1. Matt Garrett is hanging on strong in the 3rd spot after lagging back a little bit on the start. Looks like he's gathered things up and able to hang on to it, but Cole Gadjadoris having a stellar night so far in the 2nd spot. Has kept Ryan Truex within a 2nd lead since the drop of the rag. As we're approaching 5 to go for Ryan Truex. And I know there's a couple drivers out there that do not want to see this 40 machine collect any more bonus points. It's 1 bonus point per stage win. It carries you all the way to the championship 4. So every opportunity to see number 20 machine Kyle Newkirk getting out of the way of our leaders. Looks like there might be some trouble for that 20. Way off the pace is that 20 machine. He may be coming to pit road. He decides to stay out on the racetrack. Might just be giving the leaders their space. It's been a while since we've seen this 20 on the racetrack. Good to have Kyle back with us. It looks like he's going to have a lot of work to do in the pits at the conclusion of stage 1. As we got 4 to go for Ryan Truex. Cole Gadjadoris getting up on the wheel, trying everything he can to reel in Ryan Truex. As he is cousin Tyler in the 69's worked his way around Chase Leahy up into the 4th spot now, working lap 22. Matt Cherry worked his way up. You see the back half of the top 10 working away that lap car of the number 20 machine. And we talked about how fast this 26 was. Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, the best of the rest leader right now. Guys that are not in the playoffs, whoever wins the championship battle of the 10 races of the playoffs earns themselves a free entry in the next season. And right now, Greg Vielle has that point lead. And after last week's win, he is showing his talents once again as he has cracked the top 10 after starting in the rear. Worked his way up in just 23 laps. This sees we get the 2 to go. Ryan Truex. Colgage Doors giving it everything he has. Hear him working that throttle on exit as we come to the white flag. Stage number 1 to go in this stage. Coming to the line. It'll be Ryan Truex that wins. Stage number 1 goes to the 40 machine. And there is your conclusion of stage number 1. Ryan Truex, Colgage Doors, Matt Garrett, Tyler Truex, Chase Leahy, Roger Debold, Matt Cherry, Dustin Stallings, Ryan Zunk, and Greg Vielle will round out your top 10 for stage number 1. Strategy move here, I'm assuming, is going to be that all these drivers come down pit road and take 4 tires. We'll see if that is the call or not. As Ryan Truex picks up the pace car down the backstretch. The rest of the field making their way up there, getting ready for pit stops coming your way. There you'll see the field peeling off on the pit road. So far, it looks like everybody makes it in their pit box nice and clean. See Ryan Truex get 4 tires. And he will be first off pit road by a long shot of a Colgage Doors. Tyler Truex, Roger Debold will be 4th. Here's your race off pit road. Ryan Truex, your winner of stage number 1. This is the Loudon 200 for the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational Playoffs. We'll be right back for the drop of the green flag for stage number 2. Don't go away.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Now's the time to get your landscape lighting system tuned up for the summer months. You're going to have people over your house. You want to have your home, your back deck, your back patio, around your swimming pool, all your landscape lighting tuned up and ready. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342. We'll be glad to get that scheduled for you.
It's 8 a.m. Your car's engine is already hot. Now it's time to look the part. At Paint Corrections by Associated, we know that it's not enough to just offer the best products and services. You need the best customer experience in auto detailing. We test all of our products on our cars long before we trust them with your ride. We start with our best foot forward, a state-of-the-art water treatment system yielding the best results for our detailing products. A precise, meticulous, and caring service with unmatched results. The job's done right. Your car's not like new. It's so much more. Paint Corrections by Associated. Call today to schedule your appointment. Cars aren't just our passion. They're our career.
Hey Dad, remember how I was gonna change the name? Well, I've been dreaming up something new. Take this great beer cooler and all this cool beer in it.
Racing back underway here, working lap 33 of 100 here in the Loudon 200 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Ryan Truex over Tyler Truex right now. Tyler Truex side by side for the second spot with Cole Gadzadoris. Roger Debo making his way to the party. Not making it easy on Ryan Truex. Not nearly as easy as it was at the start of this thing. As you see Tyler Truex looking to put pressure on Ryan. But Cole Gadzadoris right there, and Tyler will clear for that second spot. Roger Debo had a nose to the inside, looking to take third away, but doesn't quite get there. He'll file back in line here in the fourth spot. Everybody's single file for right now. Oh, a heavy checkup there by Ryan Truex. Tyler Truex almost gets to the back bumper. You see Ryan getting heavy pressure now by Tyler all over the back bumper of Ryan Truex. $14 laps remain in this stage. We're waiting to get to lap 50 to complete stage number 2. And I'm sure Ryan Truex wishes that was a lot sooner to do any kind of minor adjustment. He's getting heavy pressure right now by Tyler Truex. And now Roger Debold, you see, going for the third spot. Will he get there side by side with the 89? Does not get by him. Cole Gajdoris will clear him down the front stretch, but into turn one they go. Still battling hard, and Matt Garrett wants a part of this party. Tyler Truex still all over the backside of our leader, Ryan Truex, who has led every lap so far. All 38 laps completed have been led by that number 40. But here he comes, the Taco Bell Chevrolet, looking to put a chalupa into the backside of the number 40 machine. Caution will wave on lap 39. Looks like this may have been for the number 99 machine. We'll take a look here at what threw this caution. Oh, looks like brake lock up there for the number 99. Oh, looks like he got lucky. Look at the 42 machine. Dustin Stallings that goes around. A little bit of contact there, possibly by the number 26. See Greg Vielle. Oh, just a little love tap. He sends the 42 around. Right on board the 42 machine. Nothing you can do in that situation but hang on. Be curious to see if this results in an EOL or not for the 26, or if race control will deem this a racing deal. As we ride on board with the 26. Looks like just a little bump and run action here. And that's a product of short track racing. Unfortunately, these Xfinity cars are so loose, you just make any kind of contact like that, and it can send you right around. No EOLs dished out. Racing deal called by race control. I like the call. Short track racing, bump and run is what it's all about. Field is doubled up. Quickie yellow as we are getting ready to complete the final 8 laps of stage 2. Ryan Truex, Tyler Truex, the front row. Cole Gajdoris, Roger Debold, Chase Lee, Matt Garrett, Ryan Zunk, Greg Vielle, Anthony Burleson, Jordan Jurassic round out your top 10 right now. Will that top 10 remain the same to collect points in this stage? We are going to find out in just one turn. As the Thunderclap pace car gets ready to pull off. Ryan Truex chooses the inside. The green flag will wave. Looks like some slight tire spin there, possibly by the number 40, but he will clear the 69 into turn 1. Tyler Truex now looking to put the pressure knowing he's only got 7 laps to collect a stage win. If he can get there, him and Roger both wanting that stage win, needing all the points they can get here in the playoffs. Your top 3 right now, running in the top 3, are your top 3 playoff drivers. Roger Debold being your number 1 seed, Ryan Truex your leader, the number 2 seed. Tyler Truex looking to take that spot away. He doesn't care what seed he is. He says he just wants to make it to the Final 4 and battle for that championship. But he's going to do everything he can to try to take that seat away. He's a racer, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to give this one up. Trying to put the pressure on, fill that rear view mirror up with his front nose. Trying to make Ryan Truex hungry, make him want some Taco Bell, but get his mind off of hitting his marks. Make him slide up the racetrack with 5 laps remaining. Make a mistake so he can capitalize. But so far, Ryan Truex flawless for 45 laps. Four laps remaining in this stage. Can Tyler Truex get there? If these two get into it, Roger Debold is right there to capitalize. Top 3 under a blanket right now. Less than half a second separate these 3. Ryan Truex under pressure. Tyler Truex can get to that back bumper, but unfortunately cannot get around him. Seems like so far, one groove racetrack. Very tough to pass so far. Could also just be sizing up. You don't want to give away your, offense maneuver this early in the race. It's hanging on, driving it in as hard as he can. Driving so deep into the corner, but making it work. Getting that runoff right now. Roger Debold patiently watching this show go on in front of him. You can see from his helmet cam the view from that 38 machine. Coming to 1 to go. You hear those wheels chatter. This is the best battle for the lead we've had all night. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the final lap of stage number 2. Will Tyler Truex make a move? Or will Ryan Truex sweep the first 2 stages? See Cole Gadjador's back here battling side by side. That's for the 5th spot. They're coming to the line to complete stage number 2. It'll be side by side, but Ryan Truex will win stage number 2. And Matt Garrett will get Cole Gadjador's. Ryan Truex, Tyler Truex, Roger Debold, Matt Garrett, Cole Gadjador's, Greg Vielle, Ryan Zunk, Chase Leahy, Anthony Burleson, and Tommy Allen Jr. will be the top 10 for stage number 2. Ryan Truex, your winner of the stage. He got stage 1. He got stage 2 with heavy pressure from Tyler and Roger. Does he have what it takes to win stage 3 and sweep all 3? But first, he's got to make it to lap 100, as we assume pit road will open up here And all these leaders will come down pit road. A flawless pit stop by the 40 crew the last time down pit road. Will Ryan have what it takes to do it once again, as he has that #1 pit stall from winning the pole in qualifying? These drivers only have 3 sets laying. Will they use one up here? Most drivers took a set in the beginning of this stage at the conclusion of stage 1. And Ryan Truex with a close battle between Tyler and Ryan. Tyler and Roger, that is. As you see the battle off pit road, top 4 remain the same. Colgatch Doors 5th, Vielle 6th, Zunk 7th, Leahy 8th. It looks like Seth Gadget-Doris may have stayed out here. Very, very interesting call by this 4 machine. We'll see if he comes down pit road with 2 to go, or if he decides to stay out in front of these leaders. That could really shake things up. And like we talked about, we only have 3 sets remaining. Could he be trying to stay out here, stay on the lead lap, and keep a set for the end? Tires are going to be key at the end of this. He chose the inside line as we're getting ready to take the green. Seth Gadget-Doris is your leader. Pace car will pull away, and a green flag will wave once again to begin stage number 3. Seth Gadget-Doris with a great restart. But it's got to make you wonder, how patient will these playoff drivers be with fresh tires behind that 4 machine? As you see Ryan Truex now all over the backside. He'll go to the inside. Battle for the lead. Side by side is Ryan Truex, and he will go ahead and clear and take that top spot away. New leader, the 40 machine. And Roger Debo will come in the second, contacting the wall. Seth Gadget-Doris. His brother Cole will get to the inside. But under pressure now by Roger Diebold is Ryan Truex, your leader. This is the highest spot we've seen Roger Diebold all night. Hard charge, corner entering turn 3 is Roger in that Budweiser Ford Mustang. Giving everything he can. Wanting to keep that top spot. He doesn't want to let Ryan Truex win. He knows that Ryan Truex now has a 2-point difference in bonus points of Roger. Slowly closing that gap. He knows that with a win, he can take that #1 seat away. Loose off the corner is Ryan Truex, but Roger Diebold in hot pursuit, not even thinking out the rear view mirror, just looking out his windshield right now for that top spot. And there's nothing he wants more than to beat Ryan Truex. But here comes to the outside, Tyler Truex. Incredible battle. Where did Tyler Truex come from with a head of steam to the outside now? Looks like he's found something on that top side. Looks like it might be working its way in here. As he will get to barely to the outside. Slight contact made. And now we'll stick a nose to the inside of Ryan Truex. Ryan Truex will drive in deeper into one and clear Tyler. Working lap 61 of 100. Incredible battles here amongst our top 3-point leaders. They're the top 3-point leaders for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. They are up there because they give you a show like this week after week, battling for the top spot here in the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational. And only here can you get this kind of racing where the top guys in points are battling it out this close, this tight. I mean, you have the top 4 under half a second right now. And joining the party, bubble driver Ryan Zunk. Slowly but surely, methodically working his way through the field. But now under hot pursuit from Cole Gadget-Doris. There's battles all over this racetrack. But Ryan Truex thought he was going to have himself an easy night tonight, but not so fast, as Tyler Truex is all over the backside now. He's had pressure from Tyler, pressure from Cole Gadget-Doris early on, pressure from Roger Debold, but now is back to cousin versus cousin. Truex versus Truex. Camaro on Camaro with a tough-looking Ford Mustang in that third spot, looking to upset this Chevrolet beatdown that they are putting on the field right now. But looking to the outside, Tyler Truex trying everything he can, but Ryan will throw the block. He'll shut the door on the outside, come back down the racetrack, clear himself off of turn 2, and keep on digging in the lead. But Tyler Truex is not going to make this one easy. You can tell he's getting frustrated with the blocks that Ryan is putting on him, and you can't really blame him, as he'll now look to the inside, but doesn't quite get there. I'll be curious to see if Tyler tries to work that top side again into turn 3 or not. See Cole Gadget-Doris looking at the inside of Ryan Zunk, but he'll file back in line. You see Tyler will work that second lane, but Ryan Truex has stolen that lane from Tyler, realizing what he was doing, and that shows the experience that Ryan Truex has on this racetrack. To know if you take that guy's lane away, that's just an experienced racer. All these guys are racers. I mean, it's in their blood, these Truexes. Roger Debold, an expert iRacer, looking to upset this party and looking very good at it. Very close call there by Tyler Truex to clear after getting a little squirrely there on the corner. Looks like maybe some trouble there from Tyler. May have burned up some tires there. You get a little loose, these hungry hounds are going to pounce. As Roger Debold now will take the second spot away. Cole Gadget-Doris now back there. So right along on Cole's helmet cam. Unfortunately, Cole Gadget-Doris was eliminated from the playoffs after round 1 from a tie after the Roval but still giving it his all, knowing that opportunity is there at a win. Having one of his better races of the season, battling with these top dogs. You hear Roger really working that throttle. As we are coming to 30 laps to go. See a little bit of damage there on the right front. Tyler Truex, you gotta wonder if that was when that contact was made on the front stretch battle for the lead. Doesn't seem to be affecting him much though, as he's got it gathered back up. As you ride on the gyro cam with Roger Diebold. Take a look at this battle for the lead, 30 laps remaining. It's incredible to me how close second place seems to get to the back bumper of Ryan all night long. It's been almost impossible for Ryan to check out. But at the same time, he's able to maintain that lead, just knowing what line to run to take that momentum away from the second place drivers. With that, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and crank up your speakers a little bit. I know it's almost 9:30 at night, but why not tick off the neighbors just a little bit with some great sounding 750 horsepower NASCAR engines? What do you say? Let's crank it up. Tyler Truex is taking that second spot back from Roger Diebold. Now with almost coming to 25 laps remaining. Only one caution so far tonight for incident. Greg Vielle and Dustin Stallings, a little bit of a toss-up there in the corner there, a little bit of a bump and run action, but nothing severe. Both drivers able to recover from it. As Greg Vielle is currently in the 8th position, last week's winner. Current point leader of the best of the rest, none of our non-playoff drivers. Dustin Stallings sitting there in the 10th spot. Solid comeback for him. One set of tires remain for most of these teams. If we get a late race caution, I would assume that they would come down and take those tires. But could we see some strategy? As we see some pretty quick lap times being put down, but the best lap time of the evening was actually put down by Matt Garrett at a 31:17. Our leader, Ryan Truex, that time at a 32:43. So you see how the tire wear actually plays a huge factor in lap times here. Over a second off the pace now, as we are just about 27 laps into this run. And you see Ryan Truex starting to pull away now. It's almost a second lead. And with that, I would love to bring our race control in momentarily. Justin White, this is Justin Clapper in the Thunderclap booth. Do you have a copy up there in the tower?
Race now, but I guess I need to talk now.
I have some technical issues on my end. I apologize. Justin White, this is Justin Clapper in the Thunderclap booth. Do you have us up there in the tower?
I do. I got you now. I was getting ready to take my mid-race nap.
I completely understand that as Ryan Truex is beginning to check out here, but I was talking to our viewers about the possibility of a late race caution. We've only had one caution for incident tonight. Do you have a feeling we might see one here to bring out a caution, have these guys come down for 4 fresh tires? Or do you think we're going to run this thing to the end?
I think we're going to run it to the end with the caliber of driver guys we have here. You know, they're all pretty solid guys. Unless one of them loops it coming on the pit road, I do not see another caution coming out. So I think this race strategy is going to kind of play out to some of these guys' favor. I know Tyler Truex, he come down, he only took 2 tires only on that stop. So we'll see if that allows him to loosen up the car and be a little bit quicker here. He definitely didn't go a lap down with that call. So maybe he is thinking there'll be a late race caution, and then he'll be sitting in a catbird seat with 2 right sides that are fresh. So I think he's got about 5 or 6 laps on him now. So we'll see what happens.
Well, it looks like we have some green flag pit stops underway right now. Strategy playing out as Ryan Zunk has come down pit road. Matt Garrett now rolling off of pit road. Well, Justin White, we'll let you go ahead and do your thing in race control. Thanks for your input. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this strategy playing full on the racetrack.
10-4. Yep, appreciate it.
Curious to see how this strategy move plays out. As you see Ryan Zunk now. We'll see where that marks him on the racetrack. You see him putting heavy pressure on Ryan Truex to try to get around him. Knowing he's got fresh tires. And Matt Cherry will go to the inside. Regain at least one of their laps back here. And now we'll put Ryan Zunk back on the lead lap. So able to come to pit road and then get back on the racetrack and race their way back onto the lead lap. As you see Cole Gadgedoris doing the same thing, but Ryan Truex staying on the racetrack. Remember, they have 50% fuel, so could this have been a fuel mileage pit stop? So now if we get this late race caution, do we see guys like Ryan Zunk, Matt Cherry, Matt Garrett, do they stay out? If you don't have any tires remaining, you're really not going to have a choice. As it looks like majority of the field has come down pit road. Now Steven Lashinsky shown in the 3rd spot. Now Matt Garrett up to the 7th position. Ryan Zunk will fall right back into 6th. So now the question is, will Ryan Truex pit? And if so, when? And will that change the outcome of this race? There's only 9 cars are on the lead lap now, as guys have been peeling off under green to pit road. 14 laps remaining. Ryan Truex has a 2-second lead over Roger Diebold. If he can hang on for 13 more laps, looks like he's going to try his best to stretch this one out. See Greg Vielle getting to the inside, trying to regain his lap on fresher tires, and he will. Ryan Truex just hanging tough. Knowing he only has 12 more laps remaining. Last thing he's wanting to see is the caution flag here. Hoping it stays green is Ryan Truex with a 2.5 second lead over Roger Diebold. But here's a driver, Steven Lashinsky, coming to 10 to go in the 3rd spot, looking to have his first podium finish in the Thunderclap Invitational. New Hampshire has always been a great racetrack for Steve. We raced hard together in the Hellraiser League last year. As we see some smoke on the racetrack, it doesn't look like any incident. Steve was victorious in the Hellraiser League last year here in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So not a driver that's unfamiliar with victory lane here. Tyler Truex looking to work his way back up there. And Roger Diebold is on pit road with 10 laps to go. There you have it, folks. The point leader on pit road. Looks like some damage there to the right rear. Was there an incident with Roger? We'll have to go back and see what may have happened. Oh! Contact with Chase Leahy. Oh, looks like Roger just overdrives the top side. Chase locks up the brakes. See if we can get a better view of this. Oh, just a very unfortunate racing deal, but Roger able to save it and hold on. But not the kind of night that Roger Diebold was wanting. But he'll be able to go ahead and get right back by Ryan Truex, but unfortunately that has Roger in the 11th position right now. Last car on the lead lap is Roger Diebold. Ryan Truex doing everything he can to hang on. And he'll come to pit road. There you have it. The leader coming to pit road. And this changes everything. And Ryan Truex will roll off of pit road. But with such a large lead, can he maintain that lead? As we wait for our telemetry to catch up. You see other drivers rolling down pit road. Tyler Truex being shown your leader right now. Tyler Truex with the strategy move. 4 laps are remaining. Can Tyler Truex pull it off? It looks like coming down pit road was, oh, we got contact. Cole Gadgedoris is up in the wall. But everything will stay green with 3 laps to go for Tyler Truex. With an 8-second lead now, Ryan Truex will cycle back to the 2nd spot. Pit strategy playing a major factor in the end of this one. Ryan Truex wanting nothing more than a caution here to have a shot. As Tyler Truex looks to hang on. 2 more times around this 1-mile racetrack. Just a mile and a half to go. If we don't get a caution flag here, the next flag will end the race as we come to the white flag. And this race is official. The white flag will wave for Tyler Truex. Just 1 more time around. And Matt Garrett now taking the 3rd spot away. But coming to the line. Oh, as we got a wreck, it's Steven Lashinsky. As we stay green to the line, the 69 will take the win. Tyler Truex wins the Loudon 200 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. What was a day dominated by Truex's. Ryan Truex won stage number 1 and stage number 2, but late pit strategy puts Tyler Truex in the catbird seat and in victory lane once again in the Taco Bell Chevrolet. Matt Garrett will come in 3rd. Last week's winner, Greg Vielle, will be 4th, and Roger Debo with a comeback to finish in the 5th position. These are your results. Cole Gadgedoris 6th, Ryan Zunk 7th, 8th goes to Dustin Stallings. 9th belongs to Matt Cherry. 10th to Chase Leahy. 11th, Bobby Grant, Jordan Jurassic 12th. 13th, Seth Gadgedoris. Upsetting night for Anthony Burleson, a 14th position. Tommy Allen Jr. 15th. David Hall 16th. Joshua Corner 17th, and Steve Lashinsky 18th. 19th belongs to Steven Sharik, and 20th will go to the 20 car. But your winner, doing his burnouts, is Tyler Truex. A beautiful, beautiful burnout. And still burning it down. He will lock his way in, folks, to the next round. And he'll shut her down. Well, there you have it, folks. Ryan Truex finishes 2nd, and he gets the win taken away by cousin Tyler in the 69. We'll be right back for post-race interviews. Stay tuned. Don't go away. Top 3 coming your way right after this.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Now's the time to get your landscape lighting system tuned up for the summer months. You're going to have people over your house. You want to have your home, your back deck, your back patio, around your swimming pool, all your landscape lighting tuned up and ready. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342. We'll be glad to get that scheduled for you.
It's 8 a.m. Your car's engine is already hot. Now it's time to look the part. At Paint Corrections by Associated, we know that it's not enough to just offer the best products and services. You need the best customer experience in auto detailing. We test all of our products on our cars long before we trust them with your ride. We start with our best foot forward, a state-of-the-art water treatment system yielding the best results for our detailing products. A precise, meticulous, and caring service with unmatched results. The job's done right. Your car's not like new. It's so much more. Paint Correction by Associated. Call today to schedule your appointment.
Back at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, as you see Tyler Truex doing his burnout there. The winner of the Loudon 200 here in the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational, locking his way into the next round of the playoffs. But right now we're going to go ahead and talk with the third place driver of Matt Garrett. Matt Garrett, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Clap. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Congratulations on a podium finish there in your 7 machine. Take us through your night and what it was like trying to battle and get up there and catch those Truexes that were oh so hard to beat all night long.
Yeah, I really tell you, anytime you're facing any of the Truexes, you got your work cut out for you. It was a real unusual race tonight. A lot of the drivers expected a lot of cautions and a pretty broke up pace to the race, and what we had was a lot of green flag laps. So tire management became very important, and pit strategy was even more important than that.
Absolutely. Take us through what that pitch strategy was like and the call that you made that ended up giving you that podium spot.
Yeah, final stop, I knew that since I had taken 4 tires on the earlier stop, 2 tires was the way to go and try to gain a little track position. But little did I know, a lot of the field came in before me, so they had a lot more speed overall on the track with the fresher tires for a longer period of time than I had. So I had a little catching up to do there. Then, as usual, there's a little action on the backstretch, and if you can miss a wreck in this league, you can really capitalize and finish well.
Absolutely. And did you happen to notice of any kind of difference in the 2 tire compared to a 4 tire stop? Saw that there was a handful of drivers that took 2 tires and it worked out, and a couple other guys that took it and not quite as lucky as you were. Take us through the mindset you had on that, and did it help loosen the car up? Did it make it tighter? Just to help our viewers understand why that decision was made.
To be honest with you, it really mattered where you were on the track. If you had a clear track in front of you, I'm sure the car was a lot looser than what I was experiencing in the draft. In the draft, the car seemed to be a little tighter, but overall, whether you had 4 tires or 2 tires, if you weren't very careful with the throttle and the brake, you can easily overdrive the car and end up loose in or off. That's what a lot of drivers were fighting, that loose off at too. And I don't know how it looked on the stream, but they were pretty sideways.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely loose on corner exit. Well, once again, congratulations on your podium finish. That's Matt Garrett, driver to number 7 Chevrolet, finishes third here in the Loudon 200 tonight. And we will go on to our second place finisher, Ryan Truex, who unfortunately is not in Discord with us this evening. As per usual, driver with a busy lifestyle, and we understand, and the possible frustration after dominating the first 2 stages, but pit strategy not in his favor, but in the favor of his cousin, who goes to victory lane in the number 69 Taco Bell Chevrolet. Tyler Truex, do you have a copy, my friend? Well, we see you here on the screen, burning up those rear tires. Take us through the strategy call that won you the race there at the end.
Yeah, those couple first pit stops we did, I seen that the left side tires were like 97, 98 when they came in, both stops. So I knew the left sides weren't too crazy crucial. So I went ahead and gambled on that. I knew it was going to be long green flag run to the end. I figured get out quicker the better. So I split the stage in half. Tried to short pit. I thought Ryan was going to come in right around the same time, so I tried to short pit him 1 or 2 laps, and he ended up trying to stretch it or hope for a caution. So all in all, it was a good race. I'm glad we got to get some green flag runs in like that. It makes it a lot of fun when we can all see where everyone is later in a run and kind of get racy once the tires are wore off.
Absolutely, and a lot of green flag races. Only 1 caution this evening for incident with Greg Vial, and I believe it was Dustin Stallings involved in that one. But other than that, green flag throughout the night. And speaking of green flag racing, the incredible battle that you had with Ryan there for the lead, was it just a one-groove racetrack and very tough to pass tonight? Or was Ryan just that good at stealing the lane away from that second-place driver?
Yeah, it's always hard to pass there, even in real life, So it was definitely hard to pass. You could kind of drive in and get to the outside of somebody and screw up their exit and kind of pinch them up off and make them buzz the tires. But I was kind of riding for the most part behind him, but I felt I was a little better than him in the center. But I know he was just riding, trying to save tires, come off straight. So I was also trying to pressure him, but not overdrive it to where he'd leave me later in a run. I wanted to make sure I was still good at the end of the run, So I know he's really good at that kind of stuff. I'm doing it in real life as much. So I kind of, anytime he sets a pace, I try and either match it or try and push it a little bit on him.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Up here in the booth, it was beyond entertaining, and I'm sure it was for our viewers at home as well. We thank you guys for all the effort you put in week after week of putting on great shows and hard battles. This should be a phenomenal points night for you and Ryan, as Roger Diebold, unfortunately, with some contact with Chase Leahy there on the final laps. So we'll have to see where things shake up in the points, but locking yourself into the round of 6 with this win tonight, does this change your mindset going into the Bristol Dirt, a bit of a wild card next week, or are you just going to go after it and put on a show that you guys do week after week?
Yeah, I mean, definitely nice to be locked in and not have to stress about points next week. But we got a couple more drivers to try and get locked into the next round. So I'm proud of all of our guys' efforts with all the guys on the team too, with Ryan finishing second, Matt finishing third, and then Greg rounding out top 4. So all of us round out top 4 spots is pretty cool. That was the first time we've done that so far. So, I mean, it's pretty cool to see us all run good and run up front.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to you and all the Tyler Truex Racing team. And we're looking forward to seeing you next week as we get dirty in Bristol on the Cup Series of the Bristol Dirt. Next week, 7:30 for the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational. Tyler Truex, your winner. Ryan Truex, second. And Matt Garrett are your podium finishers for tonight's Loudon 200. We thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next week with the return of Bo Condon once again. Unfortunately, work got in the way, and I was here to step in for our man Bo, but we'll have him back in the booth and maybe some double booth action. We'll see what we got coming your way. Stay tuned on our social media pages and let the lightning strike and the thunder